And welcome back to Bars Loaded Podcast with Ben and Nick.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Bars Loaded with Ben and Nick. We have a very special guest joining us today. He has clocked up almost 50 competitions in his time, which is pretty astounding. He's someone that I'm very familiar with. He's probably equally the scariest man I've ever seen in my life, and also the nicest, most gentle man I've ever met. I'm a big fan. I think Nick might be more of a fan, but we're very excited to welcome Joseph Whittaker. Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. A little bit tired, long days, but it's all right. No troubles at all.
So obviously we'll get straight into it. Do you want to maybe run both us and our listeners through how you got started in powerlifting?
It's fine. Really, it was literally I give up high level rugby for 2011. I pulled my calf again for the sixth time and kind of thought, well, I'd rather walk. Then keep pursuing that dream. So I started in the gym, and there was just a little leaflet stuck to the wall of this old dingy gym at the Polytech, and just said world's strongest sport. And I thought, shit, I'll have a look into that and give it a go, really. Fell in through it and loved it from the first training session.
Nice.
Did you?
Yeah.
You would have been a prop, obviously.
Yeah, front row. Utility forward, but specialise in punching prop.
Did you ever play league or just union?
No, just union.
Yeah, gotcha. Did you ever do much like strength training for the union, or was this kind of like a post-union thing?
Absolutely none of it. Like even with the New Zealand teams and stuff I played with, strength training wasn't a thing then. Like the gym side of things, the strength training coming to it later on down the track. But when I was playing at the time, everything was on the rugby field.
Yeah, right. I mostly played league growing up, but I did play a couple of years of union, and I always like to tell everyone when you're playing league, all the league boys will say, "Oh, league's way harder because there's a 10-meter rule and the hits are bigger." And I always said that, obviously, because I was a league player, and then I played union. Holy fuck, man, that is so much harder.
Yeah, it's full on all the time. It just doesn't stop. No, it just doesn't
you're
stop.
going from breakdown to breakdown.
Yeah.
You get no rest. Oh, I was wrecked.
Yeah, no, it's a lot different to league. We did play a little bit every now and then just for a bit of fun, but it was a lot easier because there wasn't starting and stopping with the league. With rugby, like you said, it's just breakdown to breakdown.
Yeah, and I mean rugby's a way of life in New Zealand.
Yeah, sure is. Everybody's dream to be an All Black.
And I can see why. I mean, it's one of the greatest sporting organisations in the world.
Yeah.
So once you started powerlifting, you said that that was kind of it from there. You fell in love with it straight away.
Yeah.
Did you want to kind of walk us through a little bit of how your competitive career has evolved over the years with where you started and then competing through different federations and different countries and kind of landing up where you are now?
Yeah.
That's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah, it has been. Like when I started, trying to find a powerlifting coach, there was nobody. So I met up with a guy called Chris Blair, who's had at the time he would have had a 205 bench at 75 raw. Phenomenal bencher. He just liked benching. And he sort of showed me the ropes and, taught me at the start that your technique's going to be your best thing and stuff like that. He coached me for about 6 months and then said, you can coach yourself now because I don't know what to do with you. So I was, self-taught, tried everything. You name what sort of pair of shoes or stance or width or grip, or I probably tried it all. I think my first comp, I believe I totaled 625 in March. And then I think the end of the year I totaled 740. Yeah, so kilos
Nice.
went on very, very quickly, yeah.
Was that the Northland Powerlifting Championships in 2013?
Nah, it was so open powerlifting doesn't actually have all my competitions on there.
Okay, because
They only go back to 2013, I think, or something
yeah,
like
because
that.
they've got 45
Yeah.
comps listed on here, which is where I came up with the whole nearly 50. But if there's more, that's just even more
Yeah,
impressive.
there'd be. I think my first year I'd done 7 comps or
Jesus.
something stupid, and I was just keen. So every time there was a comp on, I'd just travel and go compete. Um,
Yeah.
because it's like rugby. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So I kind of just put the same mentality into it. If I do it more often, I'm going to get better. I
hmm
didn't, so yeah, some numbers would go up and some would stay the same. Like I think there was at one point I benched 150 for like 6 comps or
hmm
something random like that. Yeah, but yeah,
Well,
no,
I'm at 155 for 3, so
yeah,
I'm not far off.
yeah. So I stuck there for ages. So then I read a book by Brandon Lilly, The Cube Method, and
Yep.
it went on about chasing PRs and reps and sets. So I benched every day for 3 months. I added 40 kilos to my bench.
Wow.
Yeah, just yeah. Still squatted twice and deadlifted twice because I didn't know anything different. But I just benched 7 days a week.
Holy crap.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I think by week 3 I was at my PB for sets of 4, and then it just kept going from there. Yeah, so every day was a PB, pretty much for sets and reps.
Wow.
And it was just different sets and rep schemes every day.
No, 4 sets
No,
of 4.
no. 4 sets.
Yeah, 4 sets of 4 every day. But I just
Amazing.
increased the weight pretty much every day by half a kilo or a kilo. Yeah, that's stupid. I would not recommend anybody doing that. It's not fun, but again, like it's a repetition thing. Like the old farmers, they do the same job every day. Their hands get harder. So if you do the
Mm.
same
Yeah.
thing every day, you have to get better. It's human nature. Your body's forced to get better. So I forced myself to get better. Yeah.
All I'm hearing is if you want to end up at Joseph Whittaker's level, 4x4, 7 days a week on all lifts.
And I wish you good luck. I think the small off program would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that's it. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
That's
I
one of
think
the most insane things I've ever heard, to be honest.
I knew no different though. That was the thing.
Yeah.
It was new, so I didn't know what to do or what to do with it. Said there was no thing or anything like that. So I was like, we'll win it and see what the hell happens.
Yeah.
How long were you self-coached for?
Nearly 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And most of that time,
Thomas is like my actual only coach I've ever had.
How long have you been with Thomas for now?
He's three-ish, maybe 4 years, I think, something like that. Anyway, I can't
Mhm.
actually remember exactly when I started. Was it 2019, I think, 2019, 2020-ish, around there. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's 3 or 4 years now.
That's incredible. I think it really highlights, um, you see a lot today in powerlifting on what's optimal or strength training in general, and like what's optimal, and you've got to do this perfect and you've got to do that perfect, otherwise you're not going to make any progress. Whereas I think all three of us here kind of went through a lot of the stage of just fucking around and finding out and making
Yeah,
progress along the
100%.
way.
Yeah, yeah. So
I feel like a lot of that is lost.
yeah, 100%. Like everybody, you have to do it this way. This is the only way that works. You have to find what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
My shoe's not going to fit you. My stances are going to work for you, and my squat technique won't work for you either.
Mm-hmm.
It's You have to find what works for you, but you also have to be in tune with your body. You can't just say that's it, that's how it has to be done. It just doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Yeah.
can learn the same basics and stuff like that, but they can't. They can't have the same outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good lesson to learn. And it's crazy to hear that you did that. So during those 9 years when you were self-coached, you started as a squatting, like a sleeve squatter, and then moved
Yep.
to wraps. How was that transition?
It didn't actually really change because my squat style is exactly the same. I squatted slow and sleeves anyway. So
Yeah.
transitioning to reps, it was more trying not to be out of breath, tying my own legs up. It's
I feel that.
probably only the hardest part, but like the actual movement itself didn't really change. I think I was
Nice.
pretty lucky there because everything I've done this long controlled anyway, so I could try and fire everything on.
Mhm.
So yeah, it didn't change too much. But I got a
Nice.
decent sleeve squat. Like by the time I finish with the IPF, at the time, well, NZPF, the IPF affiliate, what was my total? 965.5 in sleeve at 136, 7 kilos, I think it was, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so 383
That's tough.
squat, uh, 383 walk down on a power bar, and from a rep, I'll never walk a squat ever again in my life. Because monos are just lovely. I was doing 230, 2.5, and then 350.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't know.
that's a
Do you
nice.
guys know Brett Gibbs?
Yep.
I'm the only
No.
New Zealander to beat him on dot, on point. Yeah.
Wow.
So we
Okay.
competed at this. So Brett Gibbs is an 83 lifter, 8 pound bodyweight, though. Absolute freak.
Whew.
Yeah.
Mm.
Absolute freak. Got
Whoa.
like a tooth at the
He bench
time.
like 220 in comp.
Yeah, I think at the time his bench was about 222 or something stupid at 83 kilos bodyweight. Just,
That's
Yeah.
wild.
yeah. But I'm the only Kiwi to ever beat him on points.
See, it's funny. I remember the first video I ever saw of you was one I saw on Instagram that went a little bit viral, and I think it was when you were squatting 400 out of a
Yeah,
mono, and it ended up going over your head.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I've seen that
yeah.
video too.
It went mental. Like it was
That's
in
a
like
sick
those, it
video.
was in like all the books and stuff that everybody was posting. Like this guy almost died. No, I didn't almost die. I just had a miss it with my squat.
Yeah.
I
But
squatted
like,
402 2 days later.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
wild video. It was
Mm.
so violent.
it, once we listened to it back, yeah, it was so aggressive. Like we watched it and we were like, holy shit, that could have gone really bad. But it was
Mm.
more just we just turned around, looked at each other like, "You're right, yeah, you're right,
I think
yeah."
I think he patted you on the head and
Yeah,
undid your
he
belt or
checked.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he checked to see if I'd ripped the back of my head open from the knurling.
yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
And then and that was 400 kilos, was it? And then you
Yeah,
squatted 402 a couple of days later.
yeah, because I had a competition coming up the week after, and it drove me mental that I missed it, so I had to do it. I literally at home for 2 days stewing, and I rang my cousin. I said, "I'll meet you at the gym." He goes, "Okay," and I just went down and squatted 402 on a power bar
Oh, and
That's
not at
so,
the comp in the gym,
in the gym 2 days later. Yeah, after
and
dumping
then you had a
400 on
comp,
my head. Yeah,
and then you had a comp a week after that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, my head wouldn't let that one settle that I missed it. Yeah,
Mm.
I couldn't. I didn't want to go into comp thinking shit. Last time I touched this, I missed it. I was like, I had to
Mm.
do it, and I didn't. I didn't have a squat bar because I'd broken it. I'd wrecked my squat bar that I had at the time, so I'd done it on a stainless steel centered power bar. It was a lot more interesting.
Jesus. What was the whip like on that?
Not fun. Not fun at all. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, man, that's crazy.
yeah.
So yeah, that wasn't the first video that I've seen of you, but I have seen that video. I think one of the first ones I saw of you was it was definitely a squat video, but it was more about like the how when you smell the ammonia, it's not a quick whiff. It's more of a just like let
Yeah,
it let it linger in front of your nose for a
yeah,
little while, and it's very kind of controlled. And then you do the bark, and then you get real aggressive, and you do the head shake when you're getting under the bar, and then it's game on.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I always loved that. Um, has that kind of been, and then obviously being a massive fanboy, I've had many conversations with Ben around like what are you doing in prep and what's coming up. And Ben told me a fairly interesting story about one of the squat sessions
Got a
that he
headbutt at the
had.
fridge.
That's the
That scared the absolute fucking shit out of me, dude, because I was standing right next to it.
Yeah. I apologise for that.
I'm sweating thinking about it right now. Oh.
So there's obviously like a little bit of aggression or a switch that you flip when before you lift, which I always like. But then also speaking to you now, I can tell you're obviously a very kind and measured person as well.
Yeah.
Has that kind of been something that you've always used within your lifting, or is that something that you've learned to harness?
It's something that I've learned to how to control it better and better over time. But it's literally a switch. It's like turning on a light switch. I can flick it on and I can flick it straight back off.
Yep.
But it's taken time to learn how to control that. Yeah, in rugby, like my job was basically search and destroy. So my job was to take out the biggest person on the field because it breaks down any team. As soon as you take out the heavy hitter, the team's done. So that was always my job. So that was my job I'd done.
Yep.
And that's the job I controlled, and that's all I done. I'd lift the guy on the pitch, take out the guy, and carry on with this again.
Yep.
With lifting, the bark controls that switch better.
Mm-hmm.
So originally how that came about is I pretty much torn my oblique off the side, and I was about 2 weeks out from a comp. I think it was a specific invitation, I think, for WP at the time. I couldn't wear a belt. So I think I had my last squat for my second to last heavy squats. And I didn't know I'd done it until my training partner at the time goes, "Oh, you made a noise before you lifted." He's like, "Oh, no, you did." And then I realised I could turn my pain receptors off. Yeah, so that's where that bark came from. So I could wear the belt. I squatted 380 sleeve 2 weeks later with the torn oblique.
With the belt.
With the belt. Because I can
Wow.
switch it off.
So you literally, when you bark, you're just switching off. You're just not present.
Switching off that part of the brain, but also lighting the rest of my body up. Yeah. So that's where that comes from. Yeah. That's control it even better.
That's super interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's not, I don't do it just to make noise. I literally do it so I can, any nerves or any, if I'm nervous or anything that's trying to take over for the day, I can just turn it off instantly. And then I have one job.
That's super interesting to hear you say that, because you can see when you do that, your facial expression changes, your eyes change. If you look really closely, you can see it in your eyes that something has been flicked. And I find that super interesting, because obviously, being an ex-footy player, I actually had the same job as you in my teams, was to make as much damage as possible in the opposition. At the expense of my own body. So you learn to read people's eyes very well.
100%. Yeah. You can tell when somebody's nervous, and you can tell when somebody you don't touch. You just see that person alive.
Yeah, exactly. It was always the Kiwi guys that were saying with their eyes, "Don't touch me."
Yeah, 100%. I get that. But so that's where that developed from, and it all works for the time. I don't have to think about anything, or generally I'm listening to bloody opera. And to be fair, before I left, it's normally opera or something very, very calming.
That's
very interesting. On a bit of a little bit of a tangent, obviously, if we are talking about having that switch that you can flick to sort of turn things up, some down, how has becoming a father influenced you as both a lifter and just as a man in general?
That's a hard one. My heart's full, I guess. Is the best way to put it.
It's a beautiful answer, man.
Yeah, but nobody can because that's what's all
on one hand, I'm like, I hope no one is ever stupid enough to. And then on the other hand, I'm like, kind of want to see that,
No.
but also don't want to see you end up in jail.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
100%. But hey, her perception of a man is going to be so skewed with the people she hangs out with and is growing up with. Like,
Yeah.
she's going to be like, yeah, you're not even as strong as my mum.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Not even of men, but just like with her mum is no slouch either.
No. Well, what's Alex? 500 pounds, 67.5.
That's so strong.
And her bench is just stupid. Like, I think her best comp bench was 120, and I think her best touching down on the gym or something is like 125 or something. Yeah.
That's so strong.
That's stupid. Yeah, but no, like it's definitely changed since being a dad. I suppose you can probably drag up other things if you need to for whatever reason, but no.
I've really enjoyed the kind of seeing a little bit of that side of you just through Instagram as well. You know, just the odd story that you'll share here and there of your little girl like asleep on your chest and or you know in the gym just with her like strapped to you and just kind of seeing that softer side of you as a father as well has been very interesting to see because obviously that's very far on the other end of the scale from what we usually see.
Yeah.
It's a really nice duality.
Yeah. No, she's a little cruiser. It's people fun. Yeah. Been good. Like she's already pulling herself up and stuff. Like don't probably do that until they're like 9 months old. She'll pull herself up and just stand up. And it's like, no, you're too little. You're 6 months old. You can put the fuck that on the ground.
She'll be squatting soon.
Hey, look cool. Yeah. She can do it on a monitor. It's way easier.
She does have pretty advanced genetics, though.
Yeah, she's definitely gifted when it comes to the genetic side of things.
Yeah, like with how strong both you and Alex are, it's going to be absolutely. If she does follow down like the strength sports realm, my God, that's going to be.
It'll be
to watch.
It'll be interesting to watch. Yeah. If that's what she wants to do, but whatever she wants to do, really. Like I can't see why she won't. Like I think training in general will be a normal thing for her life because we'll do it forever. So she'll kind of just fall into that sort of section. But Alex was a sprinter and so was I back in the day too. So athletics was the sport we used to play. Both of us played them. Alex was a high level soccer player, so. She played over in the US and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Did she go over there for like a college thing?
Yeah. I think it was for a college thing. Yeah, but she played soccer in the US and China, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
I spent a little bit of time over. Yeah, that's cool. Soccer's female soccer is a super interesting sport. Actually, they're pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Run circles around that.
Oh, tell you what, I actually went and watched some of the Matildas games when they were in Sydney.
Yeah,
and I was very impressed at how good they are.
Yeah.
Much better at kicking the ball than I am. How's prep been going, man? You've got Pro Roll coming up this weekend.
Yeah, prep's been good. I still wasn't doing the comp. So I took 8 weeks. I took 8 weeks off completely from the comp in October, just to let the body rest, and didn't actually step foot in the gym at all. The only time I was in there was to help out Alex and watch baby and stuff like that. But I sort of just found a little bit lost when I go to the gym because I had nothing to work towards because I like being a workhorse. So it's just like message Tom. I was like, oh well, write me a program. We'll do a fake prep and see what happens. Week 1 was 380 for 5. I was like, okay, cool, we're in prep. Where we go? Yeah. After 8 weeks of no squatting.
So wild.
Yeah. Week 1 after 8 weeks of doing no training at all was 380 for a 10 5.
He's your mate.
I don't know if he is some days when I read these programs. Like, yeah. He's
Has you questioning it?
he's a bit of a savage. Oh yeah, some days I don't open the program all day. You send it to me, and I'll open it at my time. I'm like,
So
What's been the scariest thing he's ever programmed for you?
that's what day that you came in.
Yeah.
What was it, 4:35 for the triple?
Yeah.
Oh, for a triple.
Yeah, I misgrooved the first one, just about passed down on the first rep, so re-racked it. Then took it again, 10 minutes later, I guess. Got 2 reps out.
Yeah.
And then I was annoyed because I missed the third one, so I hit one at the freak. No. Because I missed the third rep, because I didn't. Yeah. Pissed me off. No.
That's wild.
But I'll tell you what, though, man, it's really hard to explain just how impressive it is to see someone squat that much weight in the gym and go like, oh, this isn't just something I see on Instagram. Like, this is something I've witnessed firsthand. Yeah. It is mind-boggling as to how impressive it is.
Yeah.
Even though I know you obviously...
Yeah. No, even I think it's stupid. Like, I'll look back at them and go, oh, yeah, they moved better than I thought they did, but like, it's a stupid amount of time.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, last year you did the back-to-back comps.
I'm doing
1,000 kilos, and you're doing it again this year. So you obviously don't learn. You don't learn the easy way.
No, I don't. Not at all. That one, like last year, doing the back-to-back one, I done one of the 1,055, and then 7 days later, I done 1,025 or something like that. 1,025. I think it was 1,025.
Yeah.
But I also tried to pull to beat my total from the week before, but I decided to pass out. So I think I had a crack at 365-ish or 360 to try and I would have totaled 1060 7 days after paying 1055.
That's right. And you passed out on both you and Mel passed out on deadlifts at Pro Raw, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've actually never pulled a third deadlift at Pro Raw. I pass out on my third one every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just a tradition.
No, I don't want it to be a tradition, but it seems to be.
Let's hopefully we can break that cycle.
Yeah,
on Sunday.
Maybe I'll just do an open and leave it there and just not do anymore.
Just open with your third attempt and see if you can trick
your
body. It's like that whole muscle confusion thing, right?
Yeah,
just confuse yourself.
Yeah, all pass out on the open. I never get a third. Yeah. But yeah, no, back to back again this year. Like the one over in Tassie literally is just up in the support Mitch Lee in the competition that he's running over there. So me, him, and Sierra Rainbow all go back to back.
Yeah, nice. Is that at Mitch's gym, is it?
Yeah. I think Showdown, I think it's called, something like that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, that'll be a good comp.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Ben and I were speaking last night on the other podcast that we do with just the two of us about some of the things that we're really keen to see this weekend at Pro Raw, and that battle with Mitch in the 110s is something that we're both really looking forward to. I think him at 110 is a pretty scary thought.
Mm.
Yeah, so like last week talk, he's looking to go 1,000 kilos at 110. He wants a total of 10. So
that would be so impressive. That'd be nice.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be very, very interesting. I told him, like the way he's looking at the moment, he's looking pretty sharp for it. So if he selects the numbers correct, it'll be a day of number selection. If he picks the correct number and squeezes out every kilo, he should get that 1,000.
Yeah, because do either of you guys know what his total is at 125?
10-15.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So doing 1,000 at 110 would be very impressive.
Massive.
Yeah. And he was literal fruit at 125. He just grew sideways.
It was insane.
He was just thick. There's no other way to explain it. Just a fruit.
I made the joke last night that if you looked up powerlifting in the dictionary, it was just a photo of him at 125.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. No good for deadlifting, but squat and bench, good to go.
Yeah, because he was kind of flipping in between conventional and sumo there for a little while, wasn't he? Trying to figure out what felt best.
I think he's going conventional at this one. I think.
Nice.
But again, depending on the bar, so they're using that apex deadlift bar, which has a hell of a lot more.
Have you used it yet?
No, so I just threw collars in my last deadlift session Thursday. Yeah, I just threw collars on the inside first. Walk hips on the inside and then put the plates on the outside just to try and mimic a bit more pull.
Because what bar have you been using?
I just use a stainless steel Goliath.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the Goliath with the collars on the inside and bumpers is pretty similar to the Apex deadlift bar.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I just use collars on the inside and just my comp plates. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been fairly close.
It created a lot more.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised. So normally with deadlifts, my hamstring attachment grab, it doesn't grab. So
I think you'll really like the Apex bar.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I think it's going to throw some people, especially if they're a fast lockout. I think it's literally just going to try and rip out of their hands. Just with that oscillation and the whip at the top. But if I'm slow at the top, I should be fine. Yeah, I'm quick off the floor.
I think
slow at the top.
I think you'll really like the new grip that they've done as well on the new ones that they've got. It's super nice. But I think you're right. I think it'll actually screw with a few of the sumo pullers, especially
big time. Yeah,
with that little extra whip. Once it breaks the ground, if it pulls them out of position, it could be a bad time.
Yeah, heck yeah. So I'm lucky I'm conventional.
Lucky you're a real man.
Exactly, 100%. So I think that's why Mitch is coming conventional, just to get his man pad back.
Yeah.
That's fair
it's
enough.
an acceptable. Yeah, it's an acceptable reason.
Yeah, I think so too.
He wants to get back in the cool club.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans for the rest of the year comp-wise after these two?
I'm really hoping we get 1,000 kilo podium at Pro Raw and then Big Dogs is back. So
is that the kind of requirement?
That's what he's thinking. So when I talked to him on Sunday, he goes, if we get 1,000 kilo podium, then we've got enough lifters to create Big Dogs again.
Fuck yeah, that'd be sick.
So hopefully that. Otherwise, in the year at the moment, I don't really know where I'll go after doing these next two. We'll see. There might be some mini meet somewhere, and I might just go chase some wings somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, the chances. What are the chances of getting 1,000 kilo podium at Pro are pretty good because you'll hopefully go 1,000. Fast will probably go 1,000.
Yeah, it's over be pretty close. So there's about 6 people that'll be knocking on the door of 1,000. And again, it'll be another selection. Yeah. So there's what is there? Jake. Danny.
Jake will be close.
Yeah, Jake, Danny, Harley from up in Sydney.
Yeah.
Harley,
he could go close.
Yeah, Ali Vassar, Mason, the lad from the UK that I've been training with.
Yep.
Me. Possibly Luke Poley. I really hope he takes that 1,000 ticket again because he's looking bloody fire at the moment.
He's looking strong, isn't he?
Yeah, so possibly Poley. So there could be 7 or 8 people to go 1,000 or knocking on the door of it.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah. Because Pro World's never had 1,000 kilo podium. Ever.
No.
In history. Never. Yeah.
That would be sick then if that could happen.
Yeah. I think the biggest podium was Big Dog with
all 3 over 1,100.
Yeah, all 3. Odell, Peter Petrus, Andre, Peter Petrus, and Odell. Something like that anyway. Yeah.
It'd be awesome if it could happen this year, especially considering most of the lifters that are going to be there are Australian lifters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be
there's not a whole bunch of international guys coming over and hitting that total either. So that'll be really cool.
Yeah, I think if it does happen, it'll definitely spark interest to bring Big Dogs back to Thor. And then you're going to get all those international lifters wanting to come back because they all know what Big Dogs is.
Mm-hmm. So they certainly do.
Plain and simple.
Yeah. None of this dots or formula stuff. It's just who can lift the most amount of weight.
Yeah. And if you do lift the same amount of weight, what's your body weight? 155. What's yours? 154. You're the winner.
Simple.
Yeah.
I love that.
I still remember when Belkin came out for Big Dogs back in, I think it was
Yeah.
2019, and he came like third at 104 or something stupid
Didn't
like
he
that.
open a squat at 420?
Yeah, and then he went to
Walked out?
450.
Yeah, he walked it out in the mono.
I think it may have just been in the mono, but I don't know if it may have been a small shuffle back, but not a big one.
Yeah.
And then he went to 1,000 after that because apparently he'd scored 440 on a power bar back in Russia.
Yeah. Madness. Just madness.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
And then he benched like 240 or something stupid like that and pulled like 415. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Because he total, I think that's his biggest total still today. That time. Because it's like 1060 or something. At 150 kilos or something, yeah.
Massive total for a guy that size.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Just stupid.
That'd be huge for Australian powerlifting, though. If that did go ahead and we got some more of those international guys back over here again, because it's been a little while since that happened. I feel like Australian powerlifting needs a little bit of life injected back into it.
Yeah, it seems to be happening with the way everybody's moving, and you know, the new limits getting pushed out now. So it could be very interesting.
Yeah,
it'd be awesome. It'd be really good.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how sleeves are sort of taking off, especially in Australia at the moment? Like, do you think you'll ever go back to competing in sleeves?
There's a new sleeve, actually a sleeve, because the only sleeves I've ever used are those piss poor SPD ones. That's a sleeve. These new ones are a light wrap, in my opinion. I don't think I'll ever go back to sleeves. If I was, I'd want to squat, I don't know, 400 plus on sleeves, I guess. I might do it for shits and giggles just to see if I can do it in the gym, but I don't think I'll compete sleeves again.
Yeah.
400 in sleeves would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
It'd be very fucking nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, obviously, if this is information you want to sort of divulge, but what are you sort of hoping for at Pro Raw?
On a good day, 1100. On a bad day, 1060.
Fuck, that's so big, dude.
Yeah, roughly around there. If my 1,000 pounds moves on my second attempt, I'll have a crack at the record, which currently sits at 470. Yeah, so it'll be based on if my 1,000, it should move, but if I get the white lights for my 1,000 pounds on my second, and I look at Tom, we'll go 472 and a half.
Oh, so you'll go
Marcos won't. No, he won't let me chip it. He goes, no, 2.5 kilos. I said, okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
At that weight, what is 2%? That's that.
Yeah, it's just fuck all.
Whatever. That's nothing. So it's not even really a great jump. And I'll go 455 and then 472.
Oh, that's what we were hoping.
Yeah. But that's all based on if it's moving.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to pull for 1,100. I think not. It'd be still there if I didn't have a crack at it. I'd be happily pass out if I was.
Yeah, you take that.
Definitely,
Fuck.
100%. Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to like fathom how much weight that actually is.
No, like, it is. Yeah. But like, if I'm going for 1,100, I'm going for 1,100.
Yeah.
But it'll be a third attempt, full season, 3 or 3.
Yeah.
But
that'd be all time. That'd be huge. Literally, it would be all time.
Yeah, it'll be the all time. The biggest total. Yeah. Then I'll aim the 140 to the figures.
That's
Fuck,
awesome.
Man, that's so impressive.
That's so impressive. And you obviously you move a lot of weight. You train really hard. I always seem to be saying to Ben, like, you're always pushing the limit.
Yeah.
How's your body holding up? Like, how do you feel day to day? What does it feel like walking around after squatting 455? Like, do you just feel like a normal human, or do you feel like
it's normal
Superman?
It's my normal.
Yeah. Because it's been such a gradual thing. It's not. You just kind of feel the same as.
I've moved load. I'd rather load than reps any day of the week. You can add another 100 kilos to it and take some reps off, and I'd rather do that than do a set of 8. Because I find it boring. Yeah, and my CNS likes load, so yeah, I'm very happy under load. Yeah. But they're normal day to day. Like I'm a painter decorator by trade, so I'm on my feet all day, climbing up and down ladders. I've done that 38, 44 years now. So I've done it since I was 14. So
You're
that's my normal.
38.
Yeah, I'm
You're born
old.
in 85 or 86?
85.
Okay, it's a year
Yeah,
older than me. I
yeah,
turned 38 in May,
yeah,
86.
yeah. October 85.
We're old, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a relic.
That makes it even more impressive that you're doing what you're
Yeah,
doing at 38, because I know how that feels, and recovery's just not the same.
yeah. I got told years ago. By the older lifters, like you're not at your peak strength till you're like 42. Well, look at that down, being 15 at 42 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Proof
insane.
is on the pudding. So I've still technically got 5 more years. Yeah, we'll see.
God, that's insane.
1200,
Let's fucking go.
534. That sounds pretty good.
That's what Zahir's shooting for at the moment.
Yeah, he's probably got to get it the way he's moving.
Oh,
He is moving. Yeah,
it's pretty astounding.
yeah.
But
Somebody that
he's
hasn't
How
been.
old's
He's around here at Lillibud's age, isn't he? It's
He'd
34ish.
be getting on
yeah.
too.
So I'm 33, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Eric's the same age as I am.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure
He's around
Zahir's
there.
around the same age as
Yeah.
well.
But he's had some time off too, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both have. They haven't really battled since their last battle. Really,
Mm.
it could be like 20. I don't even know. Said 19ish, 18. I guess. Yeah.
And when's he competing? Do we know? They'd be
I,
coming
I,
up, right?
I thought they were doing that ABS Pro or that Pro show over that way somewhere. I thought, but yeah, because I know. I think Eric was going to challenge Nicholas de Priest.
That would be
the
a
Pro.
good battle.
He's looking
Yeah.
good too, though.
Yeah.
That would be a very interesting battle.
Yeah, it would be. If Eric's pick's good, he'll be good. He'll be back. Yeah, but yeah, as long as it's pick's good. Yeah.
Nick's a weapon, but Eric's he's special.
Eric's Eric.
Yeah. He's a different breed of human.
Yeah, you can't put him as the honest on it. Eric's Eric. Yeah.
Like, I remember when I met Eric back in 2014 when they came out for GPA Worlds here.
Yeah.
Like, I met both him and his dad, and
You meet him or his tricks?
both.
No, okay.
It's funny. I went through like my Instagram like years and years and years back. Nick, it was when I sent you the photo of me doing that 80 kilo snatch when I was like a wee lad. But I went through the video where I did like a bench session with the Lily Bridges, and like there's a photo of me standing next to them. And I'm like I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but standing next to those, I'm like I look so little.
Yeah, 100%.
They're just enormous.
Yeah.
But they're like they're such a lovely family though.
Super nice. Yeah. So I met Eric on Taylor. Just on first time I ever met him. We talked for years, but first time I actually met him. Yeah, so it was nice to meet him finally.
That was at the One Strength comp.
Yeah.
That looked like a really good comp.
Yeah, that was alright.
It was alright.
Bit of controversy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I know what that was. You'll have to tell me later.
Well, they overturned the squat in my favour and then took it off me after the comp.
Oh, they did?
So I went from
How
first
did
to
I
third.
not know this? I didn't know this.
No. So I went from 25 grand to 5 grand.
Oh, so it wasn't that good. That sounds terrible.
No, they host good comps. They do run a good comp, and it's a well-world comp. But that's the controversy from my end. Yeah, so they overturned my second attempt in my favour, so the £1,000. So we played the game for the win with the £1,000 loaded, and then they said afterwards, well, we were meant to have made you reattempt that at the end of the round. I said, I'll load it back on. I said, load it back on the bar now and give me 10 minutes to warm up. I'll take it again now. I said, I'm not missing £1,000 for 20 grand. No fucking way
No.
go. They're like, oh, that's a bit after the fact. We don't want you to get hurt. I said, exactly. That's a bit after the fact.
yeah, that seems like yeah. Anyway, that's I hate that aspect of any sport. Really, is that that the athletes kind of put in the effort and the result kind of gets taken out of their hands from things they can't control is never a good look.
Yeah, look, yeah, the money's the money, but mine, I compete for my total in my box. I don't, like, the money's the bonus. I had a 1080 total and 606 dots. So I would have had the biggest dots in Australian history. And the biggest 140 total again.
Yeah, because we were just looking at dots just this afternoon, and I was saying how impressive it was that I think you're sitting like third or fourth in Australia on dots, which is pretty wild for a heavy lifter. The dots usually favors the lighter guys.
Yeah, so I'm
quite
right.
significant.
Yeah, so the good thing about my body weight, where I sit under 140, that 136 to 139, is it's right at the peak of the shelf. So it falls off after that. If I weigh 150, it'll drop. Right at that one, anywhere between 135 and 140, it's pretty much right at the peak for the box. And if you put up a big enough total, the box will be good.
Yeah, which is, I think a lot of people miss that fact that at the end of the day, it's a sport of totals, and if your totals are big enough, your coefficient score is going to go up with it.
Yeah, still going to be big anyway. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think my boost stopped at the time. Now I think that'll be like 578.
578.66.
Yeah. There you go. That would have been at 1,052 breakthrough. I think 136 body weight.
Yeah.
Oh,
138.4 body weight, 1,052.5 total.
Yeah. So it's the first time I broke the all time. Yeah.
I was so happy when you broke it.
I know, everybody was.
Yeah.
Everybody was.
Yeah. I remember talking to you around that, and you told me why. You're like, yeah, this is why I'm here to take these records. I'm like, good. Yeah.
Done my job.
Yeah.
I think I went 9 from 9 that day.
I think you did as well from memory.
I think I went 9 from 9 that day, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first time I'd met you.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you walking around with Thomas. I was just like, I'm gonna go say hello to Joseph because it's Joseph, and I'm like, oh, hey man, how are you? Like, I was to be honest, I was quite surprised how friendly you were.
Yeah.
Because obviously the persona of you online, when you are obviously training, and obviously we see the hype and the bark and that sort of stuff. It's can be a little bit intimidating. Yeah, but that's the thing.
Training. But you've been in the environment with training, you know how it gets a bit.
Yeah. But then I've also I've seen you in situations where you're just cruising. I'm like, oh, you're like the most laid back, chilled out dude ever, and you're just really fucking kind.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm going to take the opportunity to ask you a question that you're probably not thinking will probably get asked today. And to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about it until I'm seeing you sitting here. But you know the greenstone that you wear. The big one. I freaking love that. By the way, and that's the one. I have another mate from Queensland. His name's Miles, and he's coached by Khan, one of the Zero coaches.
Yeah. He got it made from my cousin. Yeah.
He got it made from that same guy, and I was talking to him about it, and man, that guy makes some beautiful stones.
Yeah. So he's my cousin Peanut. Yeah. He's your cousin. He married my first cousin, so he's just my cousin. Yeah, but I've known Peanut since I was a little kid. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
David Knowles his real name, but I know him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so he made that for you. He made Miles's as well, and both are just beautiful. And I've always had this I've always been drawn to the greenstones. Obviously I'm not a Kiwi, I'm an Aussie, but growing up playing footy, I grew up around a lot of Kiwis. And I just always loved it, and I loved the culture behind it. And so funny story, when I moved up to Brisbane to play Queensland Cup, and when I got up there, I started making a little bit of money. And I went to these markets one Sunday morning, and there was a guy there just selling like, nothing like that, but just like, generic kind of little greenstones on leather straps. And I bought one for myself, and I loved it so much. And I put it on the next morning after I bought it, and I went to the gym, and I had it on for about an hour. And the dumbbell, I did a power clean, and the dumbbell hit it and snapped it in half.
Yeah.
And I was devastated. And I went to footy training that afternoon. I told a few of the Kiwi boys what had happened, and they said, "Yeah, that's because it wasn't made for you, and it didn't have your energy in it."
Yeah, it wasn't blessed to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't blessed to me. Yeah. And as soon as they said that, it made me love them 100 times more.
Yeah, yeah. The reach out, David will make anybody a Ponamu. It's made for your purpose or for what you're doing. So mine's mimicked off the shield. So mine's the Whittaker. So my greenstone's designed for my lifting because I'm at war. So that's the whole reason why he designed the greenstone for me. And the shield and the reach you always put forward your hat and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, Miles was saying he had a pretty long conversation back and forth with him, and they kind of, he won't just make them for everyone. He has to kind of like have a conversation with you and get a feel for you before he accepts the job.
Yeah, yeah. But just reach out if you're wanting something made. Just reach out and have the conversation.
Yeah, right.
For your family.
So you don't have to be. You don't have to be a Kiwi.
You don't have to be Māori. No. So we could give them away as gifts to people as well for that person. Obviously, Matt will get one at some point, and Alex will get one too. But it's just, I'll just be a family one for us. So, Bubs can wear my greenstone, Alex can.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because baby's mine, well, half mine, and she has my genetics, so she's allowed to wear it, and she's my child. I can wear my dad's one, but I couldn't wear my mum's one. Yeah. That's my mum's.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, my mum's, so my mum's full Scottish, I'm half Scots. But yeah, if dad's given mum one, I can't wear mum's one because that was a gift to my mum. Even though I'm her child, I'm not allowed to wear it. Yeah. They call that puppy, so we get bad energy and stuff from it. Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much, man. That's so cool.
Yeah. So I've still got my one that I've had since I was 12. Mum and dad got me one. I got a real big long puppy, which is a puppy's like a war piece. Basically, it's made to scalp people. Is what it was built for. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Like close combat and stuff like that. So, so that just sits in the drawer. But that stone was black when I got it, and it's changed with me over the years. With my heat in my body, it's now like a light green.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's so cool. I love that. Thanks for talking about that, man. That's cool. I want to ask you a cool question. So actually, I am going to reach out to him and try and have a conversation because that's something that I'm really interested in. I didn't realize that I could do that.
You just explain why you're wanting one and the reason why you're wanting one, or your reasoning behind it. Like, you grew up with a lot of Kiwis and you've been around them and you've asked a lot of questions and stuff like that. So just reach out and explain it to him, and he'll go from there. Whether or not he'll say yes or no, but he'll say yes. It'll be good. It's for the right reason. Like, it's not you just don't want one because everybody's got one. Yeah.
No, I can't even really explain why I like it. It's just I've just always been really drawn to them. It's kind of weird. It's hard to put into words. But so I have a cool question for you. So if you were to train or have a training session or have dinner with anyone throughout history, dead or alive, who do you think that would be?
And just what sense? Like just lifting or anything?
Yeah, let's just go lifting. If you could have a training session with anyone ever,
Andre Milanovic.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good session.
Yeah, because he's a freak.
Yeah. Is he still competing at the moment?
Oh, I'm not sure. He's over in Dubai somewhere last time I heard. How more he'd going, to be fair. Yeah.
I feel like a session with Ed Cohen would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I just like to pick his brain.
Ed's an absolute legend.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of the, he's even commented on some of my posts, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Like, it's funny. There's been a few occasions with with Ed. Have you guys met him in person?
No.
I have not. No.
So he has enormous hands. Like,
yeah, I've heard, yeah.
And I remember at Pro Raw, I think it was Pro Raw 10, maybe. I was trying to lose a bit of weight before I weighed in the next day, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Bro, I've been watching you all morning. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I've got a little bit of weight I need to drop, so I'm just trying to move just to try and do what I need to do." And he's like, "How much do you need to drop?" I said, "About half a kilo, so not much." And he goes, "Sit the fuck down." And I'm like, "What? Why?" He goes, "Sit the fuck down. You're going to lose that overnight. If I see you walking around," and he just holds up his fist next to my face, he's like, "I'm going to punch you in the fucking face." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." Yeah. But even shaking his hand, and I remember when I met Odell for the first time as well, I met him at Pro Raw 6, I think it was, or Pro Raw 7. And I remember I was standing off to the side of the stage watching, and then all of a sudden I just feel this presence coming above me. And I turn around, I'm like, "Hi." And he's like, "Hey bro," and just shakes my hand. And it was like shaking a child's hand. I'm like, my hand was so small, and he's just got a mitt as well. But yeah, I mean, Ed's just one of the nicest guys. I'm fortunate enough, I've met him a bunch of times when he was out here for the Arnolds. But yeah, it would be, I think you would love having a session with him.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it'd be awesome.
I think he commented on one of my squats. I didn't really know what the squat was. And all he went was, "That's a great squat." I was like, "Big Tone said I've got a great squat. I've got a pretty good squat."
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And we shared a couple of them at one point. We're just talking about how my technique was good and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, I've made it.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah, exactly.
That's a fantastic compliment to get.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So we kind of have a question that we like to ask our guests.
Yep.
You don't know who it's going to be for, but this is something that we're going to ask our next guest. Do you have a question that you would like to ask our next guest, knowing that you don't know who they are and they're not going to know who's asked it? But it's just a question. It can be about training. It can be about life. It doesn't have to be a certain topic, but it's just a question for our next guest.
Do you wear a squat plug?
Amazing.
If they say no, I'm ending the conversation right there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, just end it there. Yeah.
Liar.
That's so fucking good.
What colour's your squat plug, Joe?
Sparkly
before
rainbows.
The squat. Sparkly rainbows.
Sparkly rainbows before and after.
Beautiful.
That's
so fucking funny.
Someone convinced that he had to buy a squat plug before his first meet, and it all started with I said it, and he kind of laughed, and I was just like, "What are you laughing at?" And he was like, "Well, are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." "What do you mean? You've been prepping this whole time without one?" And he's like, "Fuck, are you serious, dude?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fucking, I'm deadly serious. You can't compete without one." And he's like, "Fuck, can you fucking send me a link or something?" He was ready to go.
I think I've convinced a few people over the years that they need one.
It's one of the all-time powerlifting G-ups.
100%. Ben's got 4 of them.
5 now.
Oh, okay. Good man.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't even squat anymore.
Did you go for the inflatable one?
No, so like the new one I bought's like the biggest one that I've got.
This is Ben's.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's similar to that, but
Very
one's
similar.
green
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
and bigger. Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt whatsoever.
I figure if I can't have a big squat like you guys, I may as well have the bigger squat plug.
Fair enough.
It's
Do
the logic.
Do you just sound like a gust of wind going past when you farted, or does it just like, oh, here we go? Yeah. So we know you don't have a good squat.
I feel very sad now.
Ben does have a good squat, though. Let's not be too mean.
He does. Yeah.
Ben's got
It's okay
a
for a natty.
squat.
Not too bad. Come over home, I'll give you a shot of something to feel.
I'll fix you right up.
Sort you right
I'll
now.
be squatting 350 in no time.
Done. Next week. Start the program at 3:35.
Amazing. Oh, fuck. What have I got myself into?
Well, you did say on the post, I do remember reading something about just take all the thin.
I believe the comment was you just have to trend hard,
Yeah.
eat clean,
There
and
you
never
go.
give up.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I run hot
It's
enough
the
as it
magic
is.
recipe.
Yeah, I run hot enough as it is. I would not. My heart won't handle that.
Yeah.
Dude, some of your stories that you put up,
The breakfast of champions.
yeah,
Extra shot coffees.
yeah. Just, I think I've reacted to a few of them because I literally just laugh out loud every time. They're great.
Yeah, I just randomly put shit up because I think it makes me laugh. I'm just like, let's check it up. Yeah.
It's definitely very entertaining.
Yeah, good.
Well, man, I think we might just end it there. That was
no
a
trouble.
really interesting conversation, and I really appreciate you joining us. And
No
man, I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you so much for joining us, and the best of luck this weekend and for the rest of the year with everything that you have coming up. And yeah,
thanks
I've
for
been
having
a
me.
big fan for a really long time, and I appreciate you taking the time to have a chat.
No problem at all.
Thanks for coming on, man.
No, welcome. Thanks for having me.
Where can everyone find you, mate? You're on Instagram, obviously.
Yeah, just for the powerlifting. Yeah. That's about it. I don't really.
Whittaker
I love
Powerlifting on
Facebook.
Instagram for everyone that wants to.
That's about it.
That's where boomers go to die, man. Instagram's where it's at. So yeah, everyone that wants to follow Joe, Whittaker Powerlifting on Instagram. You should definitely go and follow his journey. Thanks, Joe.
No worries. Awesome. Cheers.